Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Decision Hour. I'm your host, Adam Bird. I got a very special guest lined up for you today. I'm excited about this one. He is a national recording artist and is no stranger to advocating for veterans and first responders, our community heroes. We love it. He's one of the founders of Land for Heroes Lodge, which we're going to get into here in a little bit. It's a retreat being built for veterans and first responders. I'm talking about country music artist, Mr. Colton James. Colton, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Hope you are. It's an honor to be on your show today.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name's Colton James. I was born in Southeast Virginia. I have been in the music business since I was about 4 years old. I started out in Christian and gospel music and did that about 9 years, and went into the country music business. And I always loved country music, but I have been performing since I was 4 years old, and it's a whole long story on how everything's come about. But I'm blessed to be where I'm at today, work with the people I work with, and putting out the music that I love and that inspires people. And that is, I've always said that, God's got a plan for everybody. And I think his plan for me is to write songs to help people and make a difference in their lives, especially our veterans and first responders. But, I don't know, I'm just loving life. And, I'm a family man. I've my wife, Casey, our son, Austin, our daughter, Haley. They're very supportive. We're, what can I say? Like a buddy of mine, I was talking to my buddy last night. He said, "Man, you're living the American dream." I really am. And I'm grateful for it.
God bless you, man. That's awesome. Folks, if you're listening to the show right now, you're already online. Open up another browser and go to coltonjames.com, coltonjames.com. And you're going to hear, when you get on, it's a cool website. First thing that pops up that just grabs your eye is I Miss America. And you want to talk about a song that pulls on the heartstrings. And, you guys can't see me, but those of you that follow me on Facebook and all the social platforms for the last several years know I'm a little more seasoned in the age. I got a lot of gray and whatnot. And this song hits hard. Colton, tell us, I Miss America. What's that about, and what prompted you to write that song?
Well, I Miss America is our interpretation and our vision of some things that we and my co-writer, Rick Dawson, love about our country, that we remember, things that stuck with us growing up, and things that resonate with all Americans. Our flag, the Pledge of Allegiance, God, hardworking country. There's a line in the song that says the heartbeat of our country, is in every small town, and it is. And there's a salute in there about our veterans. But it's a song that I guess you could say it's not political on any side, but it's for all Americans. And it's just, it was written and meant to be to put a smile on your face and remember what we have in this great country. And it's our way of saying we're thankful for, America. And we wanted to share some of the aspects of how we feel about it. And it's really crazy how it came together. We wrote the song in just a few short hours, and it was just one of those things that was meant to happen. My partner, Rick Dawson, who's a lot of people know who the 2022 Kentucky Derby winner was, that horse, Rich Strike.
Yeah.
Rick owns that horse, and he's a great American. He loves his country. His brother was in Vietnam, and he's out to make a difference. And the whole fast forward story, how he wrote this thing. He sent me a message one day, and it was, something about I miss the America I grew up in. And I started writing some lines immediately. And I said, yeah, where a handshake was a handshake, a friend was a real friend. How I wish I could go back there. And it just all came together. And I said, hey, man, have you ever written a song? And he said, no, I haven't. I said, well, by God, we're going to write one. So I said, we got together, and the whole idea came about. I flew out to his house in Oklahoma City, landed, and next day we started writing it on his courtyard on the side of his house. Beautiful morning. And, I remember we were writing it that morning, and we were just thinking about it. It was just one of those moments that just everything poured out on that paper. I remember closing my eyes for a minute and thinking about one of the first things that I remember growing up was, bowing our, pledge allegiance to the flag. We started out each morning with our right hand on our hearts.
Yeah.
All eyes on Old Glory, waving proud, waving tall. And we bowed our heads together, all in silent prayer. And these things just kind of just flowed on the paper, and we kind of just told a story about, things that molded us growing up, and that are still, I think this it's some things after people seeing the video and hearing the song there. I really wish a lot of those things would come back into schools. And, it's so many views on that, but it's this country was founded on God and freedom.
Oh,
and, I think we all need to remember that.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more with you, man. It's I listened to the song several times in the last week, and it's one of those where it's not political. Those of you listening, not political. It brings unity, I would say. It's one of those, and I don't want to bring up. Like, you think of past examples of things that have happened in this country in the past that brought the country together. It didn't matter if you were on the left side, the right side, down the middle. Didn't matter your skin color. Didn't matter what you thought, what you believed. None of that mattered. The only thing that mattered is that we came together as a country.
Mm-hmm.
This song here, when you're listening to the words of this song,
you know what?
Unity.
When there's blood shed for our flag, there's no skin color.
That's right.
And this video shows that.
Yep.
And it's very important that we all remember that in life, because we're all born the same, no matter what color we are.
Yeah.
And we're all born under God's eyes, and I think if more people just tried to uplift each other and just remember that, the more togetherness we have in unity, the farther we're going to get away from division and negativity.
Yep. I was just going to say, Colton, that there's enough negativity in the world, mainstream media, all the propaganda crap and whatnot. You listen to this song. Again, folks, if you're listening to this episode right now, open up another browser, go to coltonjames.com. You can watch his video right now from his website. It brings people together. It's something positive, and that's why I absolutely love this and what you're doing. It's amazing. So my hat's off to you, brother. Thank you for putting this song together.
I appreciate everybody. Y'all check out the video, and remember to call your radio stations and ask for that song, because we're definitely starting a movement to bring the message of what we believe in across the country. With my partner, Rick Dawson, our record label, our message and music and our outreach that we're going to be doing over the next several years to come, making a difference. And it's amazing to see the reactions and the comments and things that people have sent on the song, something that just was born in a few hours and recorded and came to life in a video, and it's just touching so many people's lives. And it's a celebration of our country, America, and it just it really means a lot to me from all the feedback we're getting on the song.
Well, we're gonna make sure we push this out too, not only here on the show but on the network as well. Colton, I want to kind of change gears a little bit. You had you're a founder or one of the co-founders of the Land for Heroes Lodge. Did I say that right?
Yes.
And
yes.
Can you talk about that? What is that?
Well, there's a lot of things that led up to the concept and idea and the whole circle of Land for Heroes. Started out years ago. I've got another song called Brave Men, which is a tribute to all of our armed forces. It's on my new EP, by the way. And it all started with that song and working with veterans in different organizations and going up to Walter Reed Hospital and visiting these guys and ladies after coming back from overseas and just sharing some music with them. And then it started with taking them on some hunting and fishing trips. And I played the song for the first time in front of about 16,000 people with Jason Aldean. And I just remember everybody coming to their feet and waving flags, and it was people in tears. And I talk about this sometimes. After that show, there was a woman back there that came backstage, and we were just doing a meet and greet. And there was two little boys she had. One of them come up to me, and he had his arms around my leg, little fella, and he said, my daddy would have loved that song. And that really hit me hard when he said that. His father fought and died for our freedoms, and even at that young age, he said, my dad would have loved that song. And that really impacted me.
Yeah.
There's no words that can express the feeling you get from a song that touches lives. And over the several years, the things we've done, and it just like I said, fast forward, a lot of things have happened. I've worked with a lot of organizations all over the country, and the idea and concept for Land for Heroes to build this lodge that's designed by Honest Abe Log Homes out of Moss, Tennessee, designed by veterans. We're a place where the veterans and families can come to enjoy, some camaraderie, time together, hunting, fishing, campfires, great food, by the way. My wife's a 5-star Southern chef, so she's going to have a hand in a lot of what these families eat there. I can tell you that.
Nice.
They'll be lining up down the road to come eat. I promise you that. But we're gonna have a music aspect of it. Music is really healing to a lot of veterans.
Yeah.
So we'll have other country artists come through doing acoustic shows and things like that. But mainly just an outreach place where they can come to and be themselves and be among other veterans and first responders. And we're gonna have fundraiser events there and all kinds of stuff that we're going to do. Our goal over the next 10 years is to get, this one will be built over the next few years. And then this will be our first story, our mothership, our launching pad to the other 3 that we want to build over the next 10 years. I want to see 4 of them built in key locations across the country.
Nice.
And, the guy not too long ago asked me, a program director of a radio station, he said, man, what drives you to do all that you do? And especially this program, for the lodge. And I was like, well, I said, I don't think Noah argued with God when he was told to build an ark. And it's been a calling all my life. And if it takes everything I got in me, I'm going to see it done. So, and we got a great team. And like I said, Rick Dawson, my partners, on board with all this stuff. And it's exciting to see this thing coming to life. I'm actually meeting with the timber company tomorrow to start doing, we're going to talk about the clearing an area where the lodge is going to go. And we're going to have a couple acre pond there where people can walk down and go fishing. And so we're getting ready this thing's coming to life. So it's pretty exciting time.
Sounds like heaven on earth right there is what it sounds like. Any idea, any estimate of when you guys would have a grand opening?
I'd say it'll be a couple years from now, because for one, one, we get everything done and you got your building materials, and, in today's times, there's some weights on different things. And so we're estimating a couple years out, but once it's done, it's going to take over a year and a half to build it.
Yeah. And
to get it complete. But, the way things are happening, there's no telling how fast this thing's going to happen. I mean, it's in God's hands, and we got a great team of people around it. And we're getting ready to start some really, really awesome roundup programs with different companies to not only fund it, but to sustain it. And, it's exciting times to see it happen.
I love it.
There's a lot of moving parts going on right now, but we're holding on,
I love it. Colton, I know you're on the road and you're a busy man, so I want to respect your time, but I got another question for you.
Sure.
And before I ask that, we'll bring you back on when Lodge is ready to roll, so we can promote that and get people out there and whatnot. But the last question I got for you, you're on the show called The Decision Hour. We make decisions every day. Name a time in your life where your feet are on the line and you have to make that decision. What is it, and what's the atmosphere like for you?
Well, that's a good question. I've had to make a lot of decisions, but I'll tell you, I think one of the most important decisions in my life, and I'll just say this honestly, there was a long time ago in my life where me and my wife had our son, and he was only 6 months old, and I was very young, and I was playing the honky-tonk bars and clubs, and I was, probably not the most perfect person, and I had to make a decision. Am I going to move to Nashville and up and leave my 6-month-old baby son and let them go on with life? And maybe, me and my wife now been married for years and years, but there was a point in my life where I could have said, you know what, I'm going to chase my dream now, put everything behind her, our 6-month-old little boy, and just don't worry about it and go after my dream. But I decided to straighten some things up in my life and put family and God first. And it's the best thing I ever did.
Amen, brother. Amen. That's awesome. Colton, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for coming on today.
I don't know how more real I could get with you.
Man, that's as real as it gets. That's a real man right there, as far as I'm concerned. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Colton James, go check out his website, coltonjames.com. That's all the time I got today, folks. But hey, listen, make sure you go check out Colton James. Also check out our parent network, Heroes Media Group. Go to heroesmediagroup.com. Check out all the shows, articles, and all the crazy shenanigans that they're getting into. That's it. That's all I got. Till next time, you've been listening to The Decision Hour.